Hi everybody, welcome back to Life After Neverland. Thank you so much for tuning in and checking out what we've got going on. Today we're going to be talking about Big Brother, everything that happened this week, especially with the triple eviction. But before we get started, everyone, of course, we would love for you guys to hit the subscribe button and be a part of our community. This Monday, we have something really special happening, and we'd love for you guys to tune in. We're going to be doing an interview with Reina Uzbey from The Chosen. So those of you that love The Chosen and have been a part of our lives since we started The Chosen, we have not forgotten about you, and we're going to be doing an amazing interview with her this weekend, and it will be represented to you guys on Monday. So I hope you guys will check it out. She's a beautiful young lady. She's 11 years old. She has the most amazing singing voice, and she is one of those kids that your kids are going to want to follow and look up to, no doubt. So make sure you check that out, you guys. We appreciate you so much. But for now, let's talk about BB. So as you know, this week is triple eviction week, or it was triple eviction week, and we started off with David and Kevin on the block. Kevin basically put his foot in his mouth when he was trying to campaign to Cody. I mean, that was a huge, epic fail. He apologized later, as I told you before, and Cody was very accepting of it, but I didn't think it was enough to make sure that Kevin stayed in the game. And that is definitely true because the votes came to a 6-0 scenario and Kevin went home. Now, before that, Julie was trying to let us know about the triple eviction, and they really tripped over themselves in this episode. First of all, you have Dr. Will giving them a hint in which they all figured out, basically saying that they needed to be 3 steps ahead in the game, and they all put it together, that it was a triple eviction, in which there has never been a triple eviction, at least one that I'm not aware of, and then they figured it out for sure, like sealed the deal, when Julie was standing there, they're getting ready to vote, and triple eviction is literally floating behind her. What's going on with this Big Brother season? I mean, even Dr. Will, I don't feel like we've seen that much, which is really annoying. He moved in next door. Where is Dr. Will? Why have I not seen more of Dr. Will? You're just teasing us, Big Brother, and it's not nice. So here is Big Brother trying to bring in the most epic Big Brother player ever, Dr. Will, and then add a triple eviction onto everything, and it really fizzled. It was once again an opportunity for us fans to feel like at least the committee could get stressed out or confused and not have to plan in advance for whatever it is that they need to do. They had to think on their feet, and really it was spoiled. My friend Breely and I did a broadcast on our TVCO app that we work for. And she was saying that Big Brother this season, one of her friends that she does a podcast with on Spotify, said that it's expect the expected this season with Big Brother. And this is a perfect example of that. What do we love about Big Brother? Expect the unexpected, and this season has not been that. They dropped the ball. It's not fun to watch when the more powerful group, the bully group, the committee, has all of the control and can plan everything out in advance. The only person that I can really enjoy who's trying legit to make big moves, whether we like it or not, is actually Tyler. Tyler had a weak moment. He really did, but I feel like he's coming back now. It's almost like he's come back to life. Now, in saying goodbye to Kevin, I just want to say that I really loved Kevin as a person. I'm grateful that he, as well as Davon and including David, were able to be a part of this show so that they could speak their truth, and that they were able to do. And that alone is something that not very many people get the opportunity to do. I hope that they feel that their time in the Big Brother house, as difficult as it is, was well worth it, because all 3 of them really were stand-up individuals. And even Bailey, I haven't forgot Bailey. I commend all of them to the highest degree. So now we have the HOH competition, and of course all of us BB fans were screaming. I would have loved to have seen the faces of every single person watching when Memphis won the HOH. No one wants to see Memphis win Big Brother, unfortunately. Let's get real. What do you want to bet Memphis put up David and Nicole? Memphis was like, I've been waiting for weeks and weeks to put that guy up. What? Memphis, you look ridiculous when you're saying this. There's no way David is going to be able to come after you. We've all been saying this. What can he do? You're making this up in your head. What? What is David going to do to you? Let's talk about David taking the $10,000. I know that is, I don't know, maybe a touchy subject. I think some people are really angry with David for doing that. And then some people think that, hey, I don't blame David for doing that. And I am one of those people who don't blame David for doing that at all. Because I feel like David has been on the block constantly. He's been scrutinized. I don't think David is a stupid person. I think that he doesn't know how to play Big Brother. He probably was thinking, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and win this because what do I have to lose? I'm on the block every week. There is a large group of people that are coming after me. I'm going to go home. I should probably take something home with me, like $10,000. Hey, I win. You know what? No one likes me. No one respects me. Everybody hates me. Guess I'll go eat worms. But you know what? While I'm eating those worms, I'm going to have $10,000 in my pocket, okay? So I'm okay with David doing that, and I do not hold that against him, period. And I absolutely loved Julie's interview with him. I loved all of Julie's interviews on the episode on Thursday. So now we've reached the power of veto. This is so crazy because all this stuff is happening in basically one episode. So you guys, I love it. It's so much fun. I love to see the game in fast forward. So you have these balance beams and puzzles that they have to put together, and then they have to get back to the finish line as fast as possible. And the winner of the Power of Veto this round was Christmas. And Christmas chose not to use the power of veto. Now, it was at this point that everyone saw the triple eviction behind Julie. So they were all kind of in tune that, yes, it is 100% a triple eviction, or at least they felt very confident about it. So what was really fun was that Tyler and Christmas both voted Nicole out. Yes. But unfortunately, from a 3-2 vote, David had to go. None of us were surprised. I am, however, frustrated with Enzo. You know how much I love Enzo? I love Tyler and I love Enzo, and I'd be happy if either one of them won this game. But Enzo has been going around saying that he wants winners to leave and that winners should leave. However, when he had the opportunity to vote Nicole out, he didn't. And there was a conversation prior where Enzo and Tyler were actually talking about voting out Nicole. He didn't follow through, you guys, and so he cannot make those moves. He wants everyone else to make the move, but Enzo is not going to do it, which is why Meow Meow is literally legit, because he's nothing but a pussycat. So now, you guys, we have the HOH. And who won the HOH? Tyler! Woohoo! And what did Tyler do? He put up Nicole and Dani. So in a triple eviction, Dani made history as being the one that went home. You know, we want to talk about Dani's game really quick. You know, I think Dani had a good game. I really do. And she needed to be knocked off the block. Her game was a different type of strategy. She just was one of those people that throws shade on other individuals. I think that was a good move on Tyler's part. It was BA, and I'm so proud of him. I'm really excited. For me personally, that was a leg up in this game. You guys, please let me know what you thought about the power of veto. Tyler won! Tyler won the power of veto! This is such a great moment for Tyler, no joke. But Nicole, not such a good moment. She went boom, legit. I'm telling you, Dani and Nicole were 1000% sweating. Dani was being a bit snarky in her speech to Tyler right before everybody voted, and I appreciate what Tyler had to say in regards to his reasonings why. And I agree with Tyler in the sense that Nicole did not say one thing. She hasn't done that this entire season, including with Davon. But just for 1 second, like, I don't understand the tears that come from Nicole sometimes. Like, her psyche, like, really confuses me sometimes. She plays the victim, but yet she makes legit cutthroat decisions in the house. Does that make her a coward? Like, she would literally let someone burn in order to win. But yet she's crying. What the hell is going on with this kid? There's something that kicks in, you guys. There's something that kicks in when there's a moral problem. And it's hard because that is legit the game of Big Brother. When there's a moral issue, what are you going to do? And that is the reason why, unfortunately, that people don't like Nicole. Because when there is a moral issue, Nicole will always look out for herself. When someone wants to hold her accountable, she knows what she did, and she knows what she did was wrong. And that is why Nicole cries. Because she knows what she's supposed to do, but she doesn't do it. Whereas with Dani or other people, they do it and they don't give a crap. That's the problem, is when you know you shouldn't do something, but you do it anyway, which is really messed up because in our world, we make it okay for people to do things that are bad because, well, that's in their nature to do so. No, nobody should do anything bad ever, period. Plain and simple. And it's not okay either way. I mean, look at the difference between Dani and Nicole's speech to save themselves alone. Nicole was crying and being all like pathetic. Dani comes out with, she doesn't care what she did to people. She doesn't. And she was planting seeds legit in trying to create drama all the time. But what makes Big Brother so funny is that Kevin and David and even Davon have seen the vlog so many times, and yet they all sat there with dignity and I feel like class, really, in all honesty, with class. And you have Nicole crying like a little baby, and you have basically Dani crying in her own little baby way, like popping off on people. It's really funny when they were only on the block one damn time. I loved it when Christmas was like trying to get a hug from Dani, and Dani completely and utterly dissed her. And Christmas was like, well, I guess this is going to be personal. And you couldn't see Dani. She was already out the door and she goes, yes, it is. You know, I do want to give Dani some credit. She played a game that I wouldn't have preferred to, like, you know, celebrate. She's smart. She's a smart young lady, and her way of playing Big Brother is to plant seeds, like I've said before, and nobody ever wants to see that because it hurts people. It hurts people you care about. But that doesn't make her a bad player. So I do care about Dani, and I want to see her do well. Okay, so I was thinking that it was really, really funny to see Nicole then, after Dani exited the house. She's like laying on her back with her arms up like this, and she's just like, oh my God, you know, like she's like, I'm saved. So I wanted to ask you guys, just for fun, and I want to see who will answer this question legit. If you could peg people from the Game of Thrones and then pick characters from the BB house, everyone that has been cast this season, so even if they're not in the house currently right now, who would you put in the place of those characters that are in the Game of Thrones? I would love to know. Like, for example, Sansa. Maybe I would put Janelle. And you guys, I do want to give Dani some more further credit in saying what I was thinking already, is that when Tyler got weak and started to miss Angela, he literally was making some really bad mistakes, and I would have liked to have seen the game play out a little bit differently, you know, where Tyler wasn't doing that. And she nailed it, you guys, because here we go. There are some major spoilers that are going to happen. Are you ready? I'm going to tell you who won the HOH as of current. And it was Cody. So who do you think Cody is going to put on the block? He is actually telling the house right now, which we could all predict. You say it with me right now. Tyler and Christmas. So Dani is correct. I can tell that she was really disappointed, and that makes me feel bad that I really wanted her to go because I see that that was just her strategy. Let's talk about what Dani said about Tyler. In the end, you guys, I want to see Tyler win. I do. But the more that I've thought about Dani's speech, you know, Tyler did have the opportunity to kind of try to get himself out of the game, and I did not respect that at all. So will that come into play when it comes to the very end, if he even makes it through? So in wrapping, you guys, we have to remember that these house guests are human beings too. And as much as I was frustrated with the things that Dani was doing, as well as David, sometimes we were frustrated with David. Every once in a while we were frustrated with Kevin. And you listen to their speeches that they give and the conversation that they have back and forth with Julie, and you start to see who they truly are as human beings. And so let's give them a little bit of credit. Who knows how we would all be in the Big Brother house, right? And what type of freaking ugly would be coming out of us that when we go home, we would truly be disappointed that that happened to us, and then look back and say, dang, how could I have done this differently? Well, that's it for you, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Let's chit chat in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts about this episode. Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye, everyone.